Kawatsi Opa, Makuwam. Welcome everybody to the National Museum for the American Indian. Once again, my name is Greg Analla, and I represent two of the Pueblo tribes that are found in the state of New Mexico. So welcome everybody. Let's make some noise. It's gonna be all about making some noise and having rhythm going on today. Once again, I come from Albuquerque, New Mexico. I've been here since Tuesday. I got here Tuesday evening. And I represent, like I said, two of the Pueblo tribes that are found in New Mexico. Why don't I ask you guys a couple of questions? How many are you familiar with Pueblo culture? Is anybody familiar with Pueblo culture? Okay. So let's say I need to ask you how many Pueblos there are in the state of New Mexico. Go ahead and you can take a guess. You don't have to raise your hands, just go ahead and shout it out.
10.
10, more than 10, okay, less than 200. There actually used to be more than 500, but it's all diluted down to the number that we have. So keep going, how many? Less than that, good guess though. 50, less than 90, less than 50.
30?
Less than 30.
20?
20, less than 20. Close though.
19.
19, excellent. Okay. So come on, let's make some more noise. So, 19 pueblos in the state of New Mexico were primarily found in the state of New Mexico. A little bit of southern Colorado, a little bit of eastern Arizona. Okay. We are considered sovereign nations. Who can tell me what a sovereign nation is?
Rights and authorities of the government.
Exactly. We're like our own little countries within the country of the United States, okay, and the state. Okay? So we do have our own governments. We do have a governor, Pueblo governor, who's kind of like our chief. We have a tribal council, okay? And they are kind of our liaisons to the rest of the other governments, to the state government and the United States government. Also mirroring that, we have a council of elders, and they oversee all of the decisions that are being made by our tribal council to make sure it coincides with our Pueblo culture. Okay, so that council of elders has a lot of clan mothers. Okay, the women are very important in our culture. As a matter of fact, when you're born, you get your mother's clan is the stronger clan. Okay, so my mother's was Eagle Clan, okay, and then my father is Lizard Clan. So when I was born, I became Big Eagle, Little Lizard in my clans. Okay, so you take your mother's clan. The mothers are the ones that usually, well, in our culture, own the houses, okay, and built the houses. Traditionally built the houses. Okay. The men were primarily weavers in our culture, okay? So whenever you see our traditional regalia that we have in Pueblo culture, the men were the weavers, okay? One interesting fact that I found was that when the conquistadors came into our area and they saw the men and how good they were at weavers, we have a tradition of making these white socks that we dance with, okay? They saw that those socks were so well made that they started asking for them and exporting them. And so whenever you see those woodcuts of old English monarchy, royalty, or our traditional forefathers in this country, and they have those funky little short pants on, and they have those white socks, those were usually made by Pueblo men. Okay? So let's take the word Pueblo. So when we talk about Pueblo with a capital P, we're actually talking about a race of people. Okay, the reason we're called Pueblos is because when the conquistadors came through, they kind of came over this ridge and discovered us. They said, "Oh, look at their houses. It looks like a little village. Okay, looks like a little pueblito." So that's why we got called Pueblos. Okay, they recognized us as a race of people because of the fact that we had our own architecture, our own agriculture, our own languages, our own governments, and our own religion. Okay, so that's really how we got the name. And technically, if you look on a map of New Mexico, you'll see all the different reservations. You'll see Laguna Pueblo Reservation, Isleta Pueblo Reservation, all of those things. But there are some efforts lately to change the maps because technically we cannot be called a reservation. Okay? When you look up the term reservation, it's an allocated piece of land in which people were moved to. Okay? But since we are still living on our ancestral lands, we technically can't be called a reservation. Okay? And also, the date that we've been there, archaeologists and anthropologists state that we have been there from 6,000 to 12,000 years, okay, in that same area, in the New Mexico area. But we've learned as of lately, in the past 5 years, they're saying 12,000 to 19,000 years now that we've been living in that area. Okay, so that's really what we can consider our ancestral land. Now today's focus is going to be on music, okay, on some of our native songs. And right before I get into that, I'd like to talk a little bit about our languages. So we established how many pueblos? 19. A little bit louder, come on, how many?
19.
Good job, okay. So we got 19 pueblos. How many languages do you think there are? 19, good guess. Good guess. Less than that. Technically there's 3, a little bit more. Keep going. 5, okay? 5 languages. Now we're going to say them all together, and we're going to say them with some feeling, right? Okay? So you guys with me?
Yes.
Yeah? Are you with me?
Yes.
Okay, good. So there's Tiwa.
Tiwa.
You guys aren't loud enough. Tiwa.
Tiwa.
Tewa.
Tewa.
Towa.
Towa.
Kurisin.
Kurisin.
And Zuni.
Zuni.
Okay, so those are the 5 languages, and I'll write them down for you here as well. So we got Tiwa, Tewa, Towa,
It's over there.
Karis. You can say Karis or Kurisin. Either one is correct. And Zuni, okay? Now, there's only one other tribe in the state, the United States, well, in the world, that can be considered Pueblo. What tribe do you think that might be? They're not located in New Mexico. Anybody? Navajo, no? Good guess, though. No? Good guess, though. Aztec? Nope. Anybody else? Okay, maybe I can help you with the state that it's in. It's in a neighboring state. Let's guess that first. No? Arizona, you are correct, sir. Okay, so they're located in Arizona. So what tribes are in Arizona?
Navajo.
It's a good guess. Navajo is not considered Pueblo.
Pachi.
Good guess. No, sir. All right. Starts with a H. Hopi.
Oh,
All
but
right.
somebody said Hopi.
Did you? Okay.
I thought somebody did. Somebody else did. I thought I heard somebody else say it.
All right. So it would be the Hopi tribe, and they have their own language as well. Okay. So they're the only other tribe that can be considered Pueblo. All right. And like I said, it's all based on our architecture. We have a lot of similarities. We also have a lot of differences. Okay. The languages are radically different. And I'm going to give you, since we're doing a music class today, I'm going to give you 2 examples of some songs, and then we're going to make some rattles in the class, okay? And then we're going to record a song together and webcast it. Sound cool? All right, okay. So, when I first greeted you, the first thing I said was Guatsi Hopa. Let's say that.
Guatsi Hopa.
Okay. That would be an example of my father's language, Karis language, okay? And that is a respectful greeting to a large group of people, okay? And then I said Makuwam. Let's say that. Makuwam. Makuwam is the same thing. It's a respectful greeting to a large group of people, but it's in my mother's language, Tiwa. Okay? So, I'm going to put a little star next to that, Tiwa and Karis, and that's what we're going over today. Okay? Now, this is where it starts. I can show you some differences of how the language really is, because that's what really, that's what groups us together as in archaeological terms and archaeological terms is our languages. Now, even though they're radically different, the one common theme is we all sing Karis songs. Okay, every tribe sings Karis songs. But here's the differences in the languages, okay? If I was to greet one of you on the street just on a one-on-one basis, and I was to greet you in Karis, I would say, Keitawa. Let's say that.
Keitawa.
Good job. You guys sound like a bunch of Indians. So, Keitawa, that means, how you doing? Okay? Now, the response to that is, Ha'a, dutiemu. Good job. And that means, I'm fine, and yourself. Okay? Ha'a, dutiemu. Okay? Ha'a in this case, though, let's say ha'a. Okay, ha'a actually just means yes in Karis language. That's how we say yes. But in this case, it's used as a positive. I'm fine. Ha'a, I'm fine. Dutiemu is how are you? And yourself, kind of. Okay? So, let's say ha'a again. Ha'a. That means yes. And tsa. That means no in Karis language. Okay? Now, my mother's language, if I was to greet one of you on the street, I would say, Hubain. That means, how you doing? Okay. And then the response to that is, Kuwan Hubain. Okay. Kuwan Hubain. Oops, sorry, I forgot to turn my phone off. So, since I showed you how to say yes and no in Karis language, how we say it in my mother's language, Southern Tiwa. And when I say Southern Tiwa, it's because there's so many dialects, the dialects change. And there's 9 different dialects in Karis alone. So that's why we're always walking around like this. Okay. So in my mother's language, Tiwa language, we say, ah. Let's say ah. That means yes. Okay. And then inda'a. Inda'a means no. Okay. So now what I'd like to do for you is give you an example of 2 songs. Okay, 2 different tribal songs. So that's the other thing about Pueblo culture is we don't really do anything without permission, especially in speaking in front of a large group of people. So I need to ask you, do I have your permission to perform these songs today? So you just told me no. So, yeah, okay, good job. Okay. I was like, oh, she just told me no, okay. So I'm going to go ahead and start off with a Karis chant since our focus is on music today. This song is called Anyek Ayu. Let's say that. Anyek Ayu. Okay, Anyek Ayu. And Anyek Ayu translates to beautiful morning. Okay? The morning we consider the most sacred time of day. And we, when the sun first rises and comes over the horizon and you get hit with that first ray of sunlight, we have a phrase describing that. It's called Hey Yona. Let's say that. And that phrase actually translates from Pueblo culture to Plains Indian culture to Dene culture, Navajo culture. Okay, so listen for that phrase in this song. Okay, Anyek Ayo means beautiful morning, and Hey Yona is talking about that time of day. Okay. Of a Karis song, okay? Karis chant, all right? And what I said in that song was that we're talking about the beautiful morning, the spiritualness of the morning, and then we're also talking in the last part of the song I said three things. I said, Harse me hopa. Let's say that. Okay, that means that's for all the men in the room. Okay? And we use that to say to be strong. It means to be strong on many different levels. It means to be strong in your heart, your mind, your body, and your spirit. Okay? So, and then I also said, Kui me hopa. Let's say that. Okay, and that's to all the women in the room. Okay? And that's the same thing. It's meant to give you strength, and it's meant to tell you to be strong in your heart, your mind, your body, and your spirit. Okay? So, and then also I said, Anye hopa. Let's say that. That means we are all beautiful. Everything is beautiful. Okay? So, that's an example of a Karis chant. Now, what we're going to be doing, and I'll go ahead and sing the song when we go ahead and start to get to work on our little rattles here. Okay? So, let's go ahead and take a look at some of this Pueblo symbolism, and as we're looking at it, you guys can start to draw it on these little cups that we've laid out for you here today. Okay? So go ahead and grab a Sharpie, and you can start to decorate. And what we're going to do is, on the top of these things right here as well, this is going to be the tops of your rattles. Do we have enough pens for you guys over there? See how that looks over there? And we might have to share. Oh, we got some extra ones on this table over here. Okay. And what I did earlier was I drew I drew the sun symbol on there. Yes. So what I did was I drew the Pueblo style sun symbol, like that on the top of mine. Okay. This is the sun symbol. We say ushach. Let's say that, ushach. Ushach. Yeah, I kind of spelled it right here for you. That's how we say sun. Okay. And this is going to be the top of our rattles. And I already assembled one right here. If you look at this rattle right here, this is what we're going to be making today. And then we're going to use these to all perform a song together, okay? Yeah, you can go ahead and get started on them. What we're going to do is once you get your design drawn on there, we can get our little, is this a tongue depressor or is this a popsicle stick? It's a popsicle depressor. Okay. So we're going to grab our cup like this, okay? And we're going to insert the popsicle depressor in here like this. Okay, I'm going to put it in there. And then we're going to grab our tape, okay, guys? And grab a little bit of tape right here. And we're going to place it on the stick like that. And then we're going to tape it to our cup on the bottom. Okay, you can make all your designs on there first, too, if you want to draw your designs on your cup, like I did here. See how I drew on the side of the cup there? Oh, good job. Yeah. See how I drew on the side of the cup like that? So we can draw some of these Pueblo symbols on the side of the cup. So we're going to kind of tape it on the bottom like that just so it doesn't come out, okay? So, yeah, that looks good. And just grab a little tape, and what I did was I got my tape and I put it right here, and then I just kind of just taped it to the bottom of the cup like that. And this one, for some of the little kids, you might need a little bit of help from your parents. So what I go ahead and usually do is after I draw my design on the top, I start to fold these little tabs over. Okay? And this is going to make it easier for us to wrap this around the top, okay? You guys did some good designs. So the next step would be to grab these and kind of place them over the top like that. And fold them over. And there's a couple ways to do it. You can either flip your cup over like this first, but you want to make sure that you put your beads inside before you close it up, okay? And just start to enclose your cup like that with your tape, okay? I'm going to grab a little handful of beads. You only need about like that much or so. When you guys are ready, you can grab your beads, okay? Grab your beads in there. Yeah, that's good. Oh, sorry. There you go. Hitting it? Oh. Thank you. Excellent, good. So I'm very thankful to the parents for helping out the children today. Awesome. And try to get a pretty good seal on it, because we don't want our, when we start making it rain with our rattles, we don't want our beads to start flying out all over the place, right? And while you guys are doing that, I'm going to sing you guys another song, okay? I'm going to give you an example of a Tiwa song now, okay? So this song is called Wim Aiwem. Let's say that. Yep, Wim Aiwem. And this song, the lyrics in this song state that even though we come from different backgrounds or different cultures, different races, it states that we're all still one human being on the earth and we need to respect one another, okay? So while you guys are working, I'm going to go ahead and sing for you, okay? guys are rattles are looking pretty good. And since we're talking about rattles, I brought a couple of rattles that we use in our culture. And what they do is we grow these gourds, okay? And once they start to get to a pretty good size, see how they look kind of flat like that? Both rattles. This one sounds a bit different too. Okay, we can pass these around. You might have to be, this one kind of, there was a student dropped it, so I'm going to have to put some glue in here, so you might want to be careful with this one. And you guys can shake it once you get it. But they put a flat rock on the gourd, so that's where it starts to grow out instead of round like that, and that's how we get the rattle to be shaped this way. Okay? So you guys can pass this around if you want to check it out. Now, why do you... Oh, well, I'll let you pass it around. There you go. Or I can... Yeah. Cool. Thank you. Did you guys get to see him at that table? You want to pass it over there? Did you get to see him? Be careful. Thank you. Now, it looks pretty good. It looks like everybody's got the rattles made, right? So, why do you think we would use why do you think we use rattles in our song? You almost got it. So why do you think we would use rattles in our song? Yes, we're doing something important with it. So, along with keeping rhythm, okay? What does rattle sound like? Rattlesnake, good. We're not calling rattlesnakes though. So what does a rattle sound like when you shake it? Shake your rattles, guys. Shake them. Sounds like rain. Yep, good. So that's why we use rattles in our songs and our dances, because it sounds like rain falling, okay? Because we're always trying to, has anybody heard of a rain dance before? Okay, so the reason we have rain dances, and the reason we're always calling rain is because of water, right? How important is water? Very, right? And without water, what happens? We die. Okay, so that's why we're always calling rain. Even the drum that we use, okay? This drum, we call it, in my mother's language, this is a traditional style Pueblo drum, we call it hun shirapasun. Let's say that. Hun shirapasun. Say it again. It's kind of fun, huh? Okay. Hun shirapasun, what that translates to is son of the sound of thunder. Okay? So when we hit this drum, that's Thunder's little boy calling his father, the rain clouds in. Okay? Son of the sound of thunder. All right? All right, so it looks like everybody's got their rattles ready to go, so let's go ahead and get them in our hands, okay? Now, there's two parts of the song, okay? There's one part where I'm going to be hitting the drum like this. Okay? Now, when I do this part, let's go ahead and shake our rattles like this, really fast. Good job. Okay. Now, the other part of the song has the drumming like this. Yeah, there, you got it. Okay. Excellent. So we're going to do a song. I'm going to sing for you guys, and you guys pay attention to how I'm drumming, and you guys mimic how I'm drumming, okay? Sound good, everybody? All right. So here we go. This is more of a chant, so let's go ahead. Weona, 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 ane, weona, kayo, weona, 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 ane, weona, kayo, weona, 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 ane, weona, kayo, weona, Good job, guys. Give yourselves a round of applause. Excellent, guys. Well, thank you so much. I really enjoyed being a part of your afternoon today. Once again, my name is Greg Analla, and I represent two of the how many Pueblos? 19. 19. How many languages in the Pueblo culture? 5. Great. So how I say in my language, I say Tawa e hopa, trewiano, tuishtia. So let's say that. Tawa e hopa. That means thank you, all of you. Okay. Trewiano. That means may you have more in your lives. Okay. And tuishtia. That means go in happiness. Okay. So thanks a lot. You guys can take your rattles with you, and thanks for being a part of the afternoon. Appreciate it.